Hello and welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. On each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we are taking a look at a late 80s favorite as we take a look at Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And stay tuned for a bonus story as we take a look at Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the movie set adventure. And if you are enjoying these videos, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new episode. Now, sit back and enjoy this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So today we are covering Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. This movie was released on June 23rd, 1989, and was directed by Joe Johnston. It is written by Ed Nanan and Tom Schumann. The production companies were Walt Disney Pictures and Silver Screen Partners 3. And it was distributed by Buena Vista Distribution. The budget for this movie was $18 million, and it did a box office return of $222.7 million. But before we get into the movie itself, let's take a look at the production history. This project was brought to the Walt Disney Studios by Stuart Gordon and Brian Yunza. Gordon was originally slated to direct with Yunza as producer. Originally, the title was Teeny Weenies, and Gordon was to unfortunately drop the project because of illness, so Joe Johnston would take over. But because Teeny Weenies sounded childlike, the title would be changed to Grounded, and then eventually to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. This would be Joe Johnston's first directing job, as he originally came to be known as an effects illustrator and a art production director. Initially, in terms of casting, Wayne Szalinski was written with Chevy Chase in mind, but he was in the middle of filming National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and was too busy to take on another project. John Candy was also considered, but he also declined, but he recommended his fellow SCTV cast member Rick Moranis for the role. The filming was taking place in Churubusco Studios in Mexico City, with some location work being done around Mexico City. James Horner would be hired to do the score, but it was not until 2009 before a soundtrack was released. In terms of the cast, we have Rick Moranis, who plays Wayne Szalinski, Matt Fewer, who plays Big Russ Thompson, Marcia Strassman, who plays Diane Szalinski, Christine Sutherland, who plays Mae Thompson, Thomas Wilson Brown plays Little Russ Thompson, Jared Rushton as Ron Thompson, Amy O'Neill as Amy Szalinski, and Robert O'Leary as Nick Szalinski. In terms of the plot, a preoccupied inventor just can't seem to get his electromagnetic shrinking machine to work. Then, when he accidentally shrinks the kids and his next-door neighbor's sons down to 1/4 inch tall and tosses them out with the trash, the real adventure begins. Now they face incredible dangers as they try to make their way home through a jungle of their own backyard, a sprinkler, dive-bombing bees, a runaway lawnmower, and much, much more in order to get back safely to the house. So this film has an incredible legacy, as this film would be known for having the first ever Roger Rabbit short cartoon, Tummy Trouble, which was one of the reasons they say the box office was so high, because people were so wanting more Roger Rabbit that people would actually go just to see the Roger Rabbit cartoon in front of the movie. The movie had several sequels, including Honey, I Blew Up the Baby, which was released theatrically, and a direct-to-video sequel, Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. Both these will be covered in future videos, so I don't want to get too much into them. The movie made several appearances in the theme parks. Honey, We Shrunk the Audience was a 3D film appearing in Epcot in Walt Disney World, and in Tomorrowland in Disneyland, and in Disneyland Paris. In Disney Hollywood Studios, as part of the original backlot tour, guests could participate in a special effects demonstration demonstrating green screens as they sat on the bumblebee from the movie. The movie also spawned a TV series called Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the series, and this was a syndicated TV show that was filmed actually in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and had lead actor Peter Scolari playing Wayne Szalinski. The show had a total of 66 episodes, and currently you can find some clips of it on YouTube, but hopefully one day it will be on Disney+. And on Disney+, the series Pop Culture, it also featured an episode where they interviewed cast members and took a deep dive into the different props of the movie. Unfortunately, this is no longer on Disney+, but it was definitely, I remember seeing it. It was really interesting to see some of the, like the shrinking machine and the Bumblebee prop, so it was really interesting. And finally, in 2018, Disney announced that a remake was in the works featuring Josh Gad and Rick Moranis. The film has yet to have a release date. So would I recommend this movie? I really like this movie. It's a great example of those like 80s and 90s family films that we unfortunately don't see anymore. These type of movies tend not to be made anymore as they've given way to the cinematic blockbusters such as the Marvel Universe or the kind of IP big like Transformer type movies, and we don't see those like low budget family comedies anymore. I think the story is great as it is a great blend of comedy, and I think Rick Moranis does an amazing job. A lot of it is subtle humor, which I really like as part of it. Definitely recommend it as it is a great escape movie, and it's also down to earth as well. So let's take a look at our bonus story, the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the movie set adventure. This was a playground attraction located at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Orlando, Florida. It was located in the Streets of America section of the park. It opened on December 17th, 1990, and it featured giant movie props inspired by the film. The play surface was made out of the same material used in Dino Land USA, and it was a soft kind of tire type material that was soft for kids to jump on and play on. Some of the props included the giant blades of grass, long ants with explorable ant hills, a slide made from a Kodak film canister, a giant dog nose that actually sprayed mist every so often, a 52-foot water hose that leaked water, 40 feet tall bumblebees, a jumbo plant root maze, and an oatmeal cream pie. So this was an incredibly popular. It was a way for kids to definitely get energy out, and it was kind of unique visuals to see. The area remained very popular, and it closed on April 2nd, 2016, where it was demolished to make room for the upcoming Star Wars Galaxy's Edge land. So I was a little bit old when I first when I first got to experience this, so I was definitely checked it out. I never kind of did any of the playgrounding parts, but it was kind of a unique visual to see all those kind of props and everything. And it was really cool to see the dog nose kind of like spread the mist every so often. So unfortunately it is to be forgotten, but again, it was kind of a cool experience. So thank you so much for joining us here on Disney Movie Investigation. I would love anyone to please leave a comment below on what they think of the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And if they remember the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the movie set adventure, what is your favorite memory of exploring that playground area? So as we look forward into our next episode, we're going to be looking at another Marvel movie as we take a look at The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.